But as you can see, the boss follows a very basic pattern, very predictable pattern. And after you learn that pattern, and thanks to invincibility, this boss isn't that difficult. I mean, the only way you should really be taking damage is when it uses that fire attack, because you're trying to attack it during that. So now the boss is dead, Clochette is saved, even though Clochette, in theory, should die thanks to that explosion. But then again, this is video game logic, so...
Tell me.
Just kidding. My head feels fine, but I've been cooped up in that tiny cage for so long.
Despite what you might think, it is not another carry section. I probably would have rage quit if it was. Immediately turned off my console and just walked the fuck away.
To be alive, and it's all thanks to you, Musashi. Thanks to you, I'm free. I'm so grateful. I'd like to express my appreciation.
Well, how about releasing the power of the Sword of the Void?
Such a child. You missed my point entirely. Oh, all right. Have it your way.
And you'll apologize to the whole village as soon as we get back.
I know. So off to the village we go.
Her legs won't move, huh? Could have fooled me.
You know, thievery is my true calling. But I only take from the filthy rich, like Gandrake. A profitable endeavor. But it leaves no time for socializing. So you're in luck, big boy. There's no ring on my finger. Call me anytime. Oh, and by the way, I'll be meeting
Basically what Banon is trying to do is interrogate close shut, and it doesn't really work. Now, I'm not actually sure if you need to talk to Nox to progress in the story. You might have to save him so you get this cutscene. I would assume so, unless they have some alternate person in the cutscene. But yeah, basically, Selphie, he sucks at playing guitar and he wants you to give him a magical guitar that can play guitar for him, more or less. You have to go to Mana Temple to get that guitar. And I don't even know how he knows it's at Mana Temple, he just does. Now, Mana Temple Visit 2, I've always died on. I mean, historically for me in hard mode, there has not been one playthrough where I have not died in Mana Temple Visit 2. It's just one room too where I die at. With Inner Refuge, it really should not be that bad. It's the fact that if I use Inner Refuge, the enemy starts circling Musashi and then I can't really get out. Unless I use Maelstrom. And it just gets worse and worse. You'll see it later up in a few minutes. So the next thing I'm going to do is go to Pepper's Grill. And I'm going to go to Pepper's Grill because you get a special ability from there for no reason whatsoever. So yeah, I guess if you don't save Trixie, you can't get this ability. But the ability, it's not used for any side quest or anything important, so it's not really a problem if you miss it. Now, the reason I actually go back to Pepper's Kitchen is to get items. Because like I said before, I die in Mana Temple Visit 2 all the time. And even though I get items, that doesn't really prevent that, which is really sad. And as you can see, I'm also out of money. What I could do to fix that is sell some of the artifacts that I had, what's called, examined, I guess. But yeah, I could sell those and get some money from that, but I've never really done that. That would be a very good strategy to use for something like this, though.
Musashi.
Now, what I was trying to do there is see how much focus Musashi has. Because later in the game, I'm going to have to grind to get it around 130 to around like 140-ish. So I can copy 2 abilities. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, because Mana Temple actually got revived, there's different enemies around. The enemies that you normally see back when it wasn't revived, just those zombies, aren't here anymore. They're not in any part of the temple. They're replaced with these Volt Guardians, and you have to use a sort of wind if you actually want to damage them. They also give you Leaping Tiger, one of the better abilities in the game, but it costs 150 focus to duplicate, and it also has a really low chance for them to actually use it, so you can duplicate it. But yeah, the first part, like the first like 3/4 half of Model Temple Visit 2 is not that bad. Well, I really lost 3/4 health to that. Yeah, that better not just been the bomb, but the puzzle they're trying to get you to do is use the blob and just place it on the pedestal. Now, sadly, that didn't work out as planned, and the blob didn't actually get high enough, and it died, because if anything touches the lasers, like you're going to see right there, the enemies will just die. And this is what I got those HP recovery items for, and I've had to use like 2 or 3 of them already. First few minutes. I mean, granted, being severely underleveled does not help, but I would rather be severely underleveled than get experience right now. There actually is one very good grinding spot in Mana Temple Visit, like just in Mana Temple in general, and I use it later. I probably should use it right now, to be honest. It's like halfway through the temple, so I really don't like it that much. It takes a long time to get out of it, but it's worth it. It's the easiest place to farm money, and it's also a very good spot to get experience as well. Now what I'm trying to see with this boss is there's an ability you can copy from it. And I'm trying to see if Musashi has enough focus to actually copy that ability. But I remember this moment pretty vividly, and I know Musashi won't get enough focus to copy it, which means I actually have to visit this temple again. But I'm going to have to visit it again anyway to get Leaping Tiger, so it doesn't make too much of a difference. Now you don't necessarily have to jump on the pedestal, you can just use the Sword of Earth, or you can just use Inner Refuge to avoid all this shit. But I choose to jump over on the pedestal. I'm pretty sure though from this point on, there's only 3 special abilities I really use. Inner Refuge, Celestial Strike once I get it, and Leaping Tiger. This is the room I was actually talking about where I would normally farm. What you do is just you get the Great Ore in Mycellus Ring, and there's like 10 or 15 blobs in this area, whatever they're called. I don't really remember or care. But you just do what I'm doing and you use Maelstroms to kill them, and then you can just walk out of the room, get them to respawn, and rinse and repeat. They have a very good chance of dropping the gold coins, as you see, and those gold coins give you a lot of money. And you also get a lot of experience, and they also have a very good chance to drop a lot of MP. So it just, like, it fuels itself. Because normally with stuff like that, you'd run out of MP to keep doing it. But because they keep dropping MP, because they keep dropping money, and because they keep giving you a lot of experience, it's a really easy room to farm. So right there, there's another blob puzzle that they want you to solve. All you have to do is use the Sword of Wind, but I'm going to ignore that and farm the room one more time to get some experience, money, and that's pretty much it. Now the higher attack stat that you have, the easier it is to do this, because they don't necessarily always drop MP, which can be a problem. And sometimes they also go into their invulnerable state, which you got in a refuge from. So you generally just want to gather them up. Where I am now and I'm really under leveled, it takes 3 Maelstroms to generally kill them. So it shouldn't be too bad.